Do you follow that financial guy? Oh, that guy. Yeah, that's Keith Wilson, and he's my guest today on The Real Finfluencers. Wait. Before we dive into the conversation with today's guest, welcome to The Real Finfluencers, a podcast born from our original video series spotlighting financial professionals who are using video to grow their business and their influence. Here's something you should know. Most of these guests aren't Idea Decanter clients. They've built their digital presence from the ground up, and they're here to share exactly how they did it. I'm your host, Laura Garfield, co-founder of Idea Decanter, and my goal is simple: help you discover strategies you can actually use, steal what works, get inspired, and find your own unique brand of finfluence. Now let's get into it. Keith, thanks so much for joining us.
You are welcome. Thanks for having me here.
Keith, I just learned, is a go-to for other advisors. He is paving the way out there and has built up such a reputation as an advisor who knows what he's doing in video marketing that other advisors call him and ask for advice. Keith, what would you say are the most common questions you hear from advisors?
How do I get started? Compliance is another issue. A lot of folks might have problems with compliance. How do I get it run through compliance? What camera do I use? What software do you use to edit? And just equipment stuff. And I think people get in their own way a lot of times.
Yeah, we can be our own worst enemies when it comes to just taking flight at the beginning of a strategy. I want to share some key stats from Keith. And one is you have about 5,600 followers on LinkedIn, about 3,400 subscribers on YouTube. And I dug up an undergraduate degree in communications. Keith, would you say that there is a thread that connects all three of those?
There's a thread. I was a graduate with a broadcast engineer degree. Didn't want to be in front of the camera, wanted to be behind production and directing. Well, that was 100 years ago when we had tape, reel-to-reel tapes, and I was splicing film and things like that. And then, having a family and doing all that, I got away from it. And then the video wave and the craze got into it. I had always edited in some form or fashion, but just spotty. It was kind of a hobby. But yes, I was so excited to get involved with video and YouTube and financial planning because it marries those things that I love to do.
Well, before we get into showing off some of the work that you have done, let's get to the bottom line, and that is the ROI of video, or the results for you. Would you say that the efforts you've put into video marketing have resulted in growth for your practice?
Absolutely. Not in the beginning. It took a while. It took a learning curve, but I would say, I think I did a little bit of research on this. I'm using video in different areas. Some of you, what you can see on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, but probably half of it you don't see, which is direct to the consumer through embedded videos and emails and weekly newsletters with a video of the week, or, a very personalized videos to clients and prospects. So video, I used to think, hey, I'll do an awesome video and my phone's going to ring. This is awesome. All I got to do is sit back and wait. No. For example, on YouTube, people do not go to YouTube and search for Keith Wilson. They search for a topic. And if you've created a library of personal finance, you're there and it lives forever. LinkedIn, for me, I know like Nick Nielsen is the king of LinkedIn, but for me, people are not coming to search for a video that Keith Wilson did. I get most of my business from Google, just simply a search, financial advisor near me. And by having so much content out there and Google reviews, all of this content pops up. So it solidifies in the mind of the consumer, this guy's for real. Look at the value he's adding. Look at all these things he's talking about. And, weave it down to the website and to the calendar and your booking. But yes, 80% is somewhat derived from video, either from a Google search, but it leads them to something else. Maybe I popped up, yeah, Keith Wilson's a financial advisor, but wait a minute, what's this video? What is this content? Yeah, I'm going to book. So I still count that. 20% maybe a referral, but still the referral. Hey, talk to Keith Wilson. Google Keith Wilson. Damn, he's got a YouTube channel. What is this? Oh, he's talking about Roth conversions. That's what I wanted to do. So it all works in conjunction.
Well, while you're talking about the amazing results that you get from Google search, I pulled up your YouTube channel to share. And we know that YouTube is the second most popular search engine after Google. It's owned by Google. And so having a presence there, having searchable content there matters a lot. And as I was buzzing through some of your most popular content, I hit on Can I Retire at 55 at $2 million? And while I captured you with your eyes closed and your mouth open, I do want to share just a few seconds of this video. And that is because as you talk at the beginning, you have this hook, this idea that would capture your viewers' attention, and then this cool animated open. And so many financial advisors I see out there will start with the animated open and totally miss the fact that it is the first 3 seconds of what you do in video that matters the most. I know when you were getting this whole video marketing strategy going 5 years ago, you did some research on your own. Tell me a little bit about how you decided what your videos were going to look like.
How did I decide what my videos are going to look like? Most of it, the research is probably just, I didn't try to reinvent the wheel. So I looked at what other not only advisors, but other creators that weren't even in the financial world. Peter McKinnon is one. He's a photographer, and he's all about photography, and he's just a cool dude, and he gives lessons on editing and After Effects, but had nothing to do with financial advising. But I looked at stuff like that and what other advisors were doing, and then kind of used the combo. Let's get my own personal twist on this, or flair. But yes, you are absolutely right. Hook at the beginning, something catchy. Hey, I got to hear this. I mean, I used to start off right off the bat. Hi, I'm Keith Wilson. Thanks for coming in. And I'll still have some of those videos up there. But I don't care. I came to see, how I can retire at 55 with $2 million. So give me that. But anyway, it was a marriage of different content creators, most of whom were not financial advisors.
Well, I applaud you on taking the time to do the research, because what you've come up with from even the thumbnail approach you're taking on YouTube is definitely eye-catching, and it resonates with what people are looking for. When I asked you before this interview about some of your secrets to video marketing success, one you shared was humor. And as I was checking out some of your videos on LinkedIn, I came across this.
Oh, no, not that one.
I thought, what is this one
Sure.
about?
Okay, go ahead. Yep.
It made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me want to call my mom. No, I'm kidding. But really original, really different.
Yeah, that one is just to capitalize on something that was really current. And I'm sure everybody's heard of that gal doing that thing, and I said, let's flip the switch on this and make it something financial. And that's the way I usually do things. If I'm inserting myself, editing myself in front of Robert De Niro or anybody else in a movie that has nothing to do with finances, I'm going to flip that script to make it look like, to get it to a financial topic, just to illustrate the point that I would be making.
What would you say is a secret for the content you post on LinkedIn that gets the most engagement?
Engagement, I used to, I got to have engagement. I want a lot of views and all of that. And I'm not, I mean, I can throw something out like what you just threw up there, or there's some others that, like Anthony Ruffalo and I do a running, actually movie short film called Truthful Mutual that we've been doing for several years, and that's 10 minutes long. So something like that's going to get a lot of engagement. So, secret is to mix yourself up. Humor always gets a little more engagement versus some of the shorter clips on whatever, gifts to children, or, uh, you know, Roth conversions or something like that. But once they're following you, once you've hopefully created a base, it's still popping up in their feed.
Give us one last piece of advice for an advisor who watches your content, admires what you do, is in growth mode, and wants to follow in your footsteps.
Great. I would start with YouTube. I would create a library, create a channel, create 4 cornerstone videos of, all right, this is who I am, this is what I do, and then create videos that somebody is going to be searching for. Forget about branding yourself on YouTube. Get it to the topic of what people are searching for. And if you're creating good content there, then YouTube is going to keep putting that out. And when the time comes, if they're ready, they're going to, man, that's exactly what I wanted to hear from or see, and they're going to reach out. But I would start with YouTube, second most top search engine, right? Google's number one, right? Get yourself the Google reviews, get yourself the YouTube videos, cut those videos up, put them on LinkedIn and put them on Facebook, and then saturate the area.
Great advice. Thanks so much for sharing it today with us, Keith. And remember, if Keith can do it, so can you. If you're looking to build authority and grow your practice with video and need some help, that's what we do at Idea Decanter. Oh, one more thing. If you're not already part of Idea Decanter's Real Finfluencer community, now is your chance to join us. Head to ideadecanter.com/join, and you'll be in. You'll get early access to advisor video tips, invites to exclusive events, and behind-the-scenes insights that you won't find on Google or even on ChatGPT. Whether you're just video curious or already knee-deep in content creation, this is the place to grow your influence with video. Don't miss out. And thanks so much for listening to The Real Finfluencers.